Even after this video ends, if you still do nothing, then the problem isn't a lack of knowledge. The problem is you. You know exactly what needs to be done, yet you don't do it. Not because you lack knowledge, not because you lack time. You simply don't act. And slowly, this inaction is destroying you from the inside, isn't it? In feudal Japan, the samurai feared one thing more than death itself. Not the enemy's blade, not defeat in battle, but a silent, treacherous enemy. They called it udon. Udon means negligence, the slumbering of vigilance. Do you know what's most frightening? Udon didn't attack the weak. It didn't attack the unprepared. It attacked those who had already achieved something, those who thought, I've already arrived. And against udon, the samurai developed another philosophy, a principle whose meaning was simple: cut through doubt. They called it ketsudan. Today, you'll hear the story of Takeshi, a young man who touched his dream and almost lost everything because of a single mistake. A mistake you might be making every single day without even realizing it. Takeshi was only 12 years old. One morning, near the village well, he saw a samurai for the first time. No battle, no dramatic scene, just a warrior drinking water. But every movement had purpose, every gesture carried years of discipline. In that moment, Takeshi decided, I will become a samurai. But deciding is easy. Everyone decides. The difference is what happens next. Takeshi woke before sunrise. He trained until his hands bled. He studied strategy until his eyes burned. While others played, he practiced kata. While others rested, he meditated on the teachings of Sun Tzu and Miyamoto Musashi. 3 years later, something impossible happened. At 15, Takeshi was accepted into Master Yamada's sword school. Only 5 students per generation. Takeshi was one of them. The training was brutal. Waking at 4 a.m., meditation in the snow, combat until the body collapsed. But Takeshi endured because his dream was bigger. He didn't just want to be a samurai. He wanted to be a commander, a strategist, an advisor to daimyos. At 18, he graduated. Master Yamada handed him 2 swords, the katana and the wakizashi. He said, "You have earned the right to carry these blades. But remember, the real battle begins now, the battle against yourself." Takeshi heard the words, but he didn't listen. For the first few months, he maintained discipline. Then, slowly, something changed. He had a salary now. He had respect. People called him Samurai Takeshi. He thought, I've arrived. I'll train tomorrow. I deserve some rest today. One day turned into a week into a month. He did the bare minimum, but extra training, strategy study, sharpening himself, all of it faded away. This is udon. Udon doesn't shout, it whispers. It doesn't look like laziness, it sounds like logic. I've done enough. I've proven myself. 6 months later, Takeshi received his first real mission: protect the right flank. A simple task, but when the attack came, his body moved with 6 months of rust. One enemy slipped past him, and that enemy killed Kenji. Master Yamada said, "You committed udon. You believed the journey was over, but udon has a price." Ketsudan means cutting the gap between thought and action. Not tomorrow, now. Not planning, action. Because the delay between knowing and doing, that's where death lives. Takeshi didn't speak. He went straight to the dojo and began training. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Then he took responsibility for cleaning the dojo every day, Because Ketsudan doesn't rely on motivation, it builds structure. 6 months later, the same mission. This time, there was no hesitation. Everyone returned alive. 2 years later, a war was prevented because of one decision. Final words. You are not Teishin. You are not a samurai. But you have your own flank to protect. A task. A conversation. A habit. The question isn't knowledge. The question is, are you committing Udan? Or will you choose Ketsudan right now? When this video ends, don't think, don't plan. Take one small action. Now. Because tomorrow is a promise you might not be able to keep. Udan wants to put you to sleep. Ketsudan wants to wake you up.